Chapter 423, Bad Parents Get Their Just Desserts. It starts with us in the living room reading books when we hear crying. We saw adult Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup crying and their younger selves were comforting them. Me, uh-oh. We go over to see what's wrong. Me, what's wrong girls? Blossom, adult, crying, oh it's a terrible day for us. Lori, what's wrong? Bubbles, adult, it's the anniversary of the death of our fourth sister Bunny. She held out a picture of her. Me, oh man. What happened to her? Buttercup, young, we were overworked to the brim and they made a fourth sister to help them out. But she was unstable and she exploded. Buttercup, adult, crying, she was only 1 day when she was born. Blossom, young, we never knew her but she was a true hero. Most of us were crying and in tears. I had tears coming down my face. Me, girls, I'm so sorry. Very, poor thing. Rachel, that's awful. Rita, guys, what's wrong? Why are you all crying? Me, today's the anniversary of the death of the Powerpuff Girls' fourth sister Bunny. She was only a day old when she died. Rita, oh girls. I'm so sorry. Blossom, adult, oh Miss Rita, it hurts really bad. Rita comforted her. Rita, I know sweetheart. Lola, crying, that's awful. Lisa, usually I don't show emotions like this but bursts into tears. Dexter was comforting Lisa. Lainey, crying, how sad. Joey was comforting Lainey. Eddie was comforting Lewin and Vince was comforting Carol. But then a miracle happened. A beam of light shines down onto the kitchen and the divine singing of angels filled the room and 2 blobs of purple light came down and they start to take shape. We stared in shock at what we were seeing. We saw the blobs of light become 2 bunnies. 1 adult and 1 younger. Bunny was fully reborn. Bunny, adult, hey sisters. I'm back. Bunny, young, same here sisters. They exploded into joy and they hugged them. Girls, Bunny. Blossom, adult, we missed you so much. Bunny, adult, I missed you all too. We heard you crying up in heaven and God gave us a new life again and better than ever. Bunny, young, and we're back for good this time. Bunny, adult, we watched everything up in heaven and we're proud of you all. Buttercup, young, thanks Bunny. Me, it's good to have you back Bunny. Bunny, adult, same here JD. It's great to be back. Lori, we were heartbroken when the girls told us what happened. Lenny, totes. It was horrible. Bunny, young, yet but we're back and things got a lot better. Lewin, they sure did. Me, yet. Watch beeps. Oh, it's time for another humiliation guys. Everyone, yet. Me, want to join us bunnies? Bunny, adult, count me in. Bunny, young, same here. Me, want to watch the fun Bobby? Bobby, you know it JD. Me, alright. Let's go kick some Griffin butt into next week. Cracks knuckles. We set out to the city. Bobby was pushed in a wheelchair because of his broken leg. Same with Lola. City skyline is shown. Narrator, the city of Gotham Royal York. It's another beautiful day for another session of humiliation on the most hated family in the country, the Griffins. We were in the city square. Me, here we are guys. Eddie, this is gonna be awesome. Lewin, it always is Eddie Bear. Lindsay, wah. Timmy, I want to start things out. Me, go for it Timmy. Timmy, Cosmo, Wanda, I wish we had you do dolls shaped like Peter and Lois Griffin. Wanda, you got it Timmy. They waved their wands and dolls shaped like Peter and Lois appeared in our hands. Me, what are the dolls for? Wanda, these aren't just ordinary dolls JD. These are voodoo dolls. They're like voodoo dolls but the user controls them with it. But we had to stop giving them to kids because they're dangerous. Me, cool. But I guess for this case it's an exception. Poof, poof poof. That's right. Lincoln, this is gonna be awesome. Chloe, it sure is. Me, yet. But Wanda, aren't you worried that if Denzel Crocker, because of his insanity and mental state, gets a hold of one of you guys because of the alliance now that the secret is out, aren't you worried that he'll try to take over the world? Wanda, actually there are certain measures and precautions that have been taken very seriously. The Fairy World High Council and the President of the United States decided that because Denzel Crocker is too dangerous to everyone around him and himself, that he be placed in a maximum security insane asylum for the rest of his life without parole. And fairy godparents would torment him forever. Me, that's a very wise decision. This we got to see after this. A nutcase like him deserves to spend every second of his worthless life there. Alright. Let's see if these dolls work. I'm still new to this fairy godparent stuff, Wanda. Wanda, that's alright, JD. I pull the Peter doll's pants down and his pants came down with it. Me, hey, they work. Timmy, you think that's funny? Watch this. Clears throat, Lois Griffin voice. I'm Lois Griffin and I'm the most despicable, ugliest, and dumbest of all mothers in the history of mankind. Lois said the same thing from Timmy through the doll. We laughed at that. Lincoln, that was really good, Timmy. Lola, that was funny. Tootie, I'm sorry about your leg, Lola. Lola, it's alright, Tootie. Watch this. Lola punched the Peter doll in the crotch with a flaming punch and his crotch was set on fire. Peter was screaming in agony. We were laughing at this. Then a shadowy figure came out from behind Peter and was laughing maniacally. I gasped when we saw him and he stuffed a hand grenade down Peter's pants and it exploded. Kaboom. Me, boo. That's got to hurt. Lincoln, who was that guy? Me, that was the Mad Bomber. Lana, who is he? Me, he's a wacko serial bomber that's been terrorizing all of Gotham Royal York. Lainey, but wasn't there a Mad Bomber many years ago? Me, yes. There was. His name was George Metesky. He was an electrical engineer that was hurt on the job. He was a mechanic and electrical engineer for a construction company in New York City. When he was refused to be paid for being injured on the job, he lost his mind. He went on a terrible bombing spree that terrorized all of New York City back in the 1940s and early 50s, and he blew up bombs in movie theaters, libraries, offices, and bus terminals, as well as Grand Central Terminal, Pennsylvania Station, Radio City Music Hall, the New York Public Library, the Port Authority Bus Terminal, and the RCA building. Luckily no one was killed, but 15 people were seriously hurt. He detonated 22 bombs and planted 33 bombs. Lori, this guy must have literally been an insane whack job. Luan, he makes even my psychopathic dark self look like a joke. In the Moon prison, Dark Luan sneezed. Her cellmate was Chris Harganson. Chris, you alright? Dark Luan, I think someone's talking about me. Lincoln, did they ever catch this guy? Me, they did. In 1957 he was arrested through the use of newspaper articles he wrote in the New York newspaper. He was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and he was found criminally insane and committed him to the Matt Awan State Hospital for the criminally insane. But he was released after the United States Supreme Court ruled that he could not be committed to a hospital like that unless he was declared extremely dangerous to everyone around him and himself. So he was transferred to the Creedmoor Psychiatric Center and was released the same year. He lived out the remainder of his days in Waterbury, Connecticut, where he died at 90 years old in 1994. Lucy, gasp. That's horrible what he did. Linka, it sure was. Eddie, I can't believe that guy. Luna, dude, that is horrible what he did. Me, yet. I pull out my tablet and show everyone a picture of an old newspaper. Me, this is an old newspaper article taken from December 25, 1956, on Christmas Day of that year. Lori, Mad Bomber strikes again in main library, that's horrible. Me, It was Lori. Jesse K. I can't believe he was that screwed up. All over some workman's compensation because he got injured on the job. Brittany, no kidding. Me, yet. I think this mad bomber wants to get his fun on the humiliation too. Ernie, off screen, I agree and it's perfect for us. Ernie the giant chicken came. Me, hey Ernie. Ernie, hey JD. I think it's perfect for the mad bomber to help us like this. Me too Ernie. Want to have a crack at them? Ernie, don't mind if I do. Ernie walked up to Peter. Ernie, well. How the mighty have fallen. You know, Peter. People always say that I'm the villain for all those fights that we had. But now we know who the real bad guy is. Peter, oh, don't think you're a saint, Ernie. You're as much to blame for the destruction that we always cause. Ernie, at least I don't harm my own family. And plus, you always start those fights. You always portray me as Boba Fett in all of your Star Wars fantasies. But you should have been the one portrayed as a Star Wars villain. He punched Peter in the face and stomach several times and pecked him all over. Ernie, enjoy this humiliation, Peter. It will be with you for the rest of your worthless life. Me, that was awesome, Ernie. Ernie, thanks JD. Eddie, I got something I want to do. Double D and Ed, bring it in. Ed and Ed brought in a huge balloon being held up by 4 smaller balloons. Rachel, what is that? Eddie, behold, the El Mongo stink bomb. Who? Ha. WA. My brother showed me how to make it. Me, what's in it? Eddie, it's got all kinds of stinky stuff. Marie KL, oh this is gonna be awesome. Eddie, it sure is. Double D activate the sequence. Me, this is gonna smell worse than puke. Plug your noses guys. Ed pushed a lever on a remote and it was armed and ready. It went towards Lois and Peter and it exploded into a huge mushroom cloud of putrid stench. The smell was so horrible that it made even the stench of rotten corpses smell like candy. It made everyone that smelled it hurl their guts out. Peter and Lois hurled more than their guts out. It turned their stomachs inside out. They hurled for 20 whole minutes. It even made the clouds shatter. We laughed at this and it was really funny. We were laughing so hard that we were rolling on the ground. Luan, nothing better than the sweet smell of success. Laughs to rimshot, get it? We laugh some more. Me, laughs, that's a good one Luan. Johnny, laughs, oh that's a good one Luan. We blew the stench away and Eddie and the Mad Bomber high-fived. The Mad Bomber put firecrackers in Lois' pants and they exploded. Pow pow pop pow pop pow pow pop 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 pow pow. Me, that was funny. Ben, I got something. Me, go for it Ben. Ben became XLR8. Ben, XLR8. Me, a kinda Celeron. XLR8, that's right. XLR8 ran at 500 miles per hour and he picked up a bunch of mailboxes and slammed them into Peter's face while running really fast in a circle. In slow motion he was getting hit by the mailboxes. When it was done Peter had a stupid look on his face. We were laughing some more at him. The Mad Bomber put a stick of dynamite in his shirt and it exploded. Kaboom! He laughed maniacally. Luna, that was 2 funny dudes. Dexter, Russian-German accent, let me try something. Here's my latest invention, the Humiliation Blaster. It has a number of shenanigans in it. Me, cool. Interesting blaster. Go for it. Dexter turned a dial on it and it said stop hitting yourself. He fired it at them and it made them hit themselves. Robotic voice on blaster, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Why are you hitting yourself? Very, that's really cool Dexter. Lincoln, it sure is. Dexter, watch this. He said it to Wet Willie. He fired and Lois and Peter licked their fingers and stuck them in their ears. Lori, that is literally too funny. Dexter then said it to Purple Nurple. He fired and their chests twisted and they screamed in pain. We were laughing our heads off. Chloe, I got something. Chloe pulled out a test tube with a pinkish red powder in it. Me, what's that stuff, Chloe? Chloe, you'll see. Chloe walked up to Peter and made him drink it and she ran as fast as she could and suddenly an enormous blast of fire exploded out of his mouth at an enormous level as he was screaming in so much pain that it was unbelievable. Yuko, I got this. Yuko absorbed the fire. Me, whoa. What is that stuff? Chloe, it's the hottest and most lethal dry spice in the universe, fire salt. She showed me a tube full of said stuff. Me, I've heard about this stuff. It's the hottest and most lethal seasoning in the universe. Lapis, I gave it to her for this. That was great, Lapis. Lapis, thanks. Lincoln, I got something. Me, go for it, Lincoln. Lincoln stuck a lightning rod in Lois' pants and as luck would have it, storm clouds rolled in out of nowhere and lightning struck the lightning rod and Lois was electrocuted bad. We were covering our eyes and Lois' hair turned white and was burned off as she was screaming in pain. When it stopped, Lois was badly burned and bald as a cucumber. Everyone, SSSSOL. Me, that must have hurt. Naz, but she deserved it. Kevin, choice. Linka, but that was funny. We all laughed at Lois. The mad bomber put a needle bomb down her pants and it exploded and skewered her with needles. She screamed in pain because of it. Boom. Shen 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 shen. Mad bomber, laughs maniacally. Ronnie Ann, I got something. Ronnie Ann then left and came back with a smelting furnace. Cody, what's with the arc furnace? Ronnie Ann puts on a heat suit. Ronnie Ann, you'll see code. To the viewers, don't try this at home, kids. She put on the helmet and put a slide in front of Peter's butt. She poured the furnace and out came scalding hot nacho cheese sauce. When it went into his pants it burned him really bad and he was screaming in excruciating pain. Ronnie Ann, to the viewers, I wanted to use lava but that would be completely insane. So I used nacho cheese sauce. Me, nacho cheese sauce? Lila, that is too funny. We were laughing at them some more. Later we were over at the Twin Towers Maximum Security Insane Asylum where we saw Denzel Crocker looking out the window and laughing maniacally. Me, he is in here. Timmy, yep. Lincoln, what a madman. Chloe, he sure is. Me, what a freak. We then went back home. The Powerpuff Girls were now all back together with Bunny. The end. Another fanfiction complete. Bunny's death of the Powerpuff Girls was called the saddest part of the series. So I figured that I could help the girls out by having the heavens bring her back to life but the right way. Nico-chan 11 gave me the ideas for this one and the rest I came up with on my own. Thanks, man. As usual. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time.